Hello, hello, hello. Hi,
Hello.
everybody. It's good to see you.
Hey, friends.
Welcome. It's Friday, right? Open
Mhm.
Forum Friday.
It is Open
It
Forum
is
Friday.
Open Forum Friday.
I
It's good to
am
see you. Yes.
getting ready to kick off spooky week.
Spooky week. I know
Yep.
it's
I got
so
my
wild.
spooky sparkles on.
It
Very excited about
is.
these.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's just so crazy. Halloween is
Hmm.
next Friday.
I know.
Just 1 week away, isn't that
Yay.
wild?
I
Absolutely
love it.
wild. Well, it's good to be here with you all. My voice is a little scratchy today. Did you notice that?
Everybody's got the crud.
I
Like,
know.
everybody's got
It
something going
won't
on.
stop. It won't stop. Go
Yeah, I
away. I
mean,
know. Ugh.
it's that time of
Well, if
year.
you are new here or not, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. This is VO Journey Academy Live. Today is Open Forum Friday.
Hmm.
That's right. And on Open Forum Friday, it's open.
We talk about all the things. We talk about whatever things you want to talk about.
That's right. It is time for you to bring your questions,
Hmm.
post it in the chat,
Hmm.
tell us where you're from, and anything that's like weighing on your mind about your voiceover
Yeah.
business and all that jazz. This is the time to ask us. It can be
Yeah.
on anything.
And while we're waiting on some folks to formulate their questions, tell us what's going on in the world of VOJ, Anthony. What's happening?
Yeah, so a lot of incredible stuff, of course. Next week
Mm-hmm.
is very exciting. Talking about Spooky Week, we have our
Mm-hmm.
spooktacular event where we all come and we dress up in costumes
Angela's
and
so nutty.
and it's Angela will be hosting that, and that will be basically you come in your costumes, and your job is to stay in character the whole session with your character
Costumes
voices
are
and everything.
optional, but they are very
Yes,
much
yes,
encouraged.
yes, yes, yes. You don't have to have a costume, but the whole idea is to come in with a character, whether you're in a costume or not, and just stay in that character the whole session. So of course you can tell that it can be pretty fun and pretty crazy, right? So
Yep, yep.
that's gonna be an adventure. We also have some, of course, really exciting things going on with Academy Voices, which
Mm-hmm.
is, of course, we have put up our auditions for our first audio drama, which is really exciting. The Mask of
Mm-hmm.
Medusa. We've had a bunch of people auditioning for that, so we are really thrilled because we have past that 400 audiobook mark that we've published on Academy Voices.
Wild.
I think we're getting close to 410 now, so we are moving along, and hopefully, so the goal is to get to 500 by the end of this year. So
I
that's the
think
goal.
you're
I
gonna do it.
think we're gonna do it because I think we have almost that. I think we almost have that much left. Like maybe 60 or 70 audiobooks that are waiting to be published. So
I
we
think you're gonna
are.
do it then.
I
That's
mean, I think we are.
crazy.
It's just a lot. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just need to get. I think just need to get 40 to 50 published. November, December each
Right.
month,
Wow.
which is if you think about it. I mean, it's
Nothing crazy. That's a
nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Yeah, no, but I mean, I'm still publishing stuff from the summer. So like,
wow.
we are just it's just
Wow.
wonderful. We have hundreds of voice actors working with us. And here's the thing. I say that to say is there's so much more room for people because we are, if you could believe it, we are not even like pushing the envelope on what we could do. We're just doing enough that our people that are in the academy can handle. So the more people we have, the more we can do.
When
Sky's the limit.
when did Academy Voices officially launch or start?
So okay. So Academy Voices originally started a few years ago
Mm-hmm.
as a completely open we were targeting commercial e-learning
Yeah,
jobs.
just like a casting forum.
It was a complete just right open casting
Mm-hmm.
form. That's what it started. And we did I coded the whole site. It was very it was a nice site, but it was very difficult because we were not working with a specific niche, so we didn't really get a lot of work. So fast forward to last August, I decided, okay, well, nothing was happening with Academy Voices for about 8 to 10 months. We hadn't gotten any work. Nothing was
Okay.
going on.
Okay.
Nothing was happening at all. And so I decided last August, okay, well, I'm gonna change the website, and we're just going to go all in on audiobooks and audio entertainment, right?
So it's
So
just over a year.
yes, yes. So we didn't
Oh
have
my gosh.
our I think our YouTube channel had like 20 subscribers. We had like
Wow.
next to like we had not done anything really with any of it. And so I switched around the website, built the job posting board, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And start in August, we kicked off, I think, starting in September. So it's
Wow.
really been what, a year and a month, year and 2 months, 12, so 14 months since we've kicked this thing off. So think about that. That's pretty wild. So we were
14
able,
months, 400 books. That is crazy.
yeah, right. I mean, we have
Wow.
over 31,000 subscribers on the
Wow.
YouTube channel. And we it's it's pretty nuts. It's absolutely
Mm.
nuts.
I
Yeah.
mean, bravo. I think it's such a the thing that obviously I think everybody loves about it is how it's putting the opportunity and it's putting those casting um yeah, jobs, whatever you want to call them, directly into the hands of the voice actors. And that's, what's so important nowadays is that we pave our own way,
Oh yeah.
because it's what we know. A lot of those, what we used to consider entry level, voiceover jobs don't exist anymore, or they are just, the budgets have gotten so cheap or whatever it is. This is a whole new way of addressing some of those problems and getting people in the door. And that's incredible.
No, thank you. And the whole thing of the Academy Voices was really born out of that frustration,
Hmm.
right? That frustration of not being in control,
Yeah.
feeling like we're just waiting around, chasing people to hire us, begging people to hire us, and it's
uh,
it's just, and I think as a creative person, it always, even when I was doing theater, it always
yeah.
bothered me that we always had to go. And what's funny is because I'm not saying, gosh, in some part maybe it's a horrible conceit, but it's I because I'm not saying that we can do better or I can do better than other people, because that's not what we're
Mm,
trying to say. But the reality is that when we have to constantly wait on others,
yeah.
there's always going to be a question whether or not the work will come
Right.
or what will be going on tomorrow.
Right.
And I hate that. I hated it, right? And I felt an even bigger frustration because now it wasn't just me. It
Mm.
was, we had like 100 people on the website. And it's like it's interesting when you start representing, and I call it representing, but it wasn't, I'm not an agent, or agents, we're not
Mhm.
agents yet, but still the point is you kind of are, because you're trying to
Yeah.
bring work for all of these people who have come, and they're putting, or at least they're hoping, hey, you know what I mean, I'm hoping that you can bring us some work and that together we can do something. When you start to feel that, and that's funny because you said that too sometime.
Yeah.
I can't, you said a couple times, things change when you start helping others or being
Oh, yeah.
responsible for other, getting other people work or being another word. So I was really upset for a long time because I couldn't get the work, and I
Mm.
spent so much money running ads. I spent so much
Mhm.
money trying to do stuff, trying to get work, and it just, I realized competing against voices.com and all these places who were spending millions of dollars, and
Sure.
it wasn't working.
Yeah.
And so, fast forward to last August and September, it really, I decided to get, uh, I don't know, to figure out how could we put out content to make money. And I really didn't know. I was like, well, but we also need to be able to control stuff. So I started looking into, public domain books, which is funny because I had this idea for a long time actually. And I was
Mm.
like, what if,
Yeah.
like, why doesn't anybody do that? You know what I mean? And of course I did realize it because because without an army of people, like without a community, without a group, without without a website, a job posting board, a way to a way to distribute to like 40
Yeah.
retailers, a way to
Yeah.
get in libraries, all like, are you actually going to make money from any of this stuff? And that was
Mm.
always the purpose. That was always the struggle with doing your own projects, right? Was you have to be able to make money. Like, it's all fun to do passion projects.
And, and that's it. Like, I think what a lot of us go through, and for for newer voice actors, it's devastating. But I mean, even for people like us and that have been doing it a long time, it still sucks. It stings when you have a client go, "Hey, I've got this job," or "I have this thing that's, in the pipeline, it's coming up," and then they pull it, right? And if you're very, very new, like I said, I mean, that can be a completely devastating situation because you were really, in a way, kind of depending on that work. And here is a chance to be able to pivot very quickly and go, okay, well, you know what? That's all right, because I have this other thing here that I'm working on. And it may not have an immediate return, but it's going to have longevity.
Absolutely. And, and there's always things to navigate with it. And there's always interesting things. And,
Yeah.
some things are going to be winners, some things are not going to be winners. But I think that what we've learned too is that, there's like, now we're moving into adding audio dramas.
Mm-hmm.
And, because we have our monetized YouTube channel, because I've had a lot of experience with podcasts and now making money with some podcasts, it is another way that we can generate revenue.
Yeah.
Right. And so the whole thing here is figuring out how to generate revenue, and then, utilizing those platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we've been able to do. And I'm telling you what, it is really exciting.
Yep.
So, if you, and here's the thing, and I just want to say that we share revenue. And I think sometimes, well, a lot of times, ACX unfortunately really burned so many people on the idea of
Mm.
sharing revenue. Because what happens is if you go onto a site like ACX, and there's a thing called royalty share.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the idea is that an author can go on there, maybe they don't have a budget, maybe they're trying to
Right.
get something out, and they agree to share revenue with you on ACX. It's only 7 years, and basically you split 50-50, but it's not really 50-50 because the retailer you can only do it through Audible, which is another thing. They make you sign an exclusive deal. So you share
Oh, geez.
40%. So you get 20%, right? So you get 20%. But here's the thing. The thing is that what happens is most of these books I mean, there's nothing wrong, but no one's ever heard of them. No one will probably ever buy them, most of them. And unless you just get lucky with a person who's a super marketing wizard,
Right.
and they had like a moment of, I want to try out ACX.
Yeah.
Most of the people who are selling lots of books, they won't do royalty share with you. They will just pay you outright,
Right.
or they'll go through a large publisher.
Right. It's the
So
0% of zero is zero model.
right,
It's the problem.
right.
Yeah.
And that's what gave a lot of sour, and I totally understand because I did too, a lot of sour taste in people's mouth. Here's what happened to me early on, Gabby. When I went early on, I got involved in these short this series of books that had just come out, where they were taking large books and condensing them to under an hour. So they take very famous books that were out, and they would make almost like, Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes. I was just going to
Right,
say, it
right.
sounds like the audio version of
And
Cliff
I
Notes.
did
Okay.
right. And I did. Now this was before. So what they could do is they could take the title and then just add a little bit after it. Right before. So I had got into this early on, and I got hired, and I was doing like 2 or 3 of these a week. And I was making money. I was making hundreds of dollars a month on royalties from these books on royalty share. So I saw early on how now Amazon changed a lot. Audible changed a lot. It used to be that they offered you a $50 bonus for anyone who just started, like who just bought a subscription, and they use their credit to buy one of your audiobooks, like their first credit.
Oh.
That used to be, they used to offer a lot more. And then Audible changed all of this stuff to where they took it away from you, and they made it more difficult. Like you had to use your own links. So then unless they purchase stuff through your link that you supplied to someone, you didn't get that money. And so it really
Oh,
it was like the downfall. It was the beginning of the end, I think, of people just despising them, in my personal opinion.
wow.
But anyways, the point is the reason why I brought that up is because I saw how nice royalties could be
Yeah.
and how exciting it was.
Yeah.
So because of that, I had this idea for a long time, but I realized early on that by myself, there's no way I could do the amount I needed, as a group. And also, I mean, there's books that are not, I'm not going to be narrating Pride and Prejudice. That's just not, I mean, I could, might be interesting to no one, but like, you know, I mean, but there's so clearly, there's a need for all of us
Right.
to do these stories. So, I that's so that it was funny because down the road I realized why, it's one of those things you realize, why didn't you do this sooner? But the point is now we know how to monetize this and we're making money. And the point is that every single month since we've started, literally we have increased revenue.
But the
Actually, month for
word
14 months straight, which is amazing.
the word that I keep right that I think is so important in this is community, right? It's community. It keeps coming up over and over and over again. It's like you said, you can't do it by yourself. And there's that point where you go, there is strength in numbers. We are a community. We're a vast community, but this is where cooperatively we have to work together to create opportunities and to create revenue generators. And so you've got you've got the learning arm with A VO's Journey, and then you've got the monetary arm with Academy Voices. And I mean, together, yeah, it's kind of like, right, these two circles, like the wax on, wax off of the communities working in tandem, and it's freaking fantastic.
No, it's a lot of fun. And the cool thing about being, I think, a part of both of them is that a lot of the students in the classes will attest to this, especially with me. I'll come in sometimes and we'll make decisions about what we're doing with Academy Voices as a group, right?
It's not,
we're all voice actors running it. I mean, that's
actually,
right?
I don't think anybody ever gets the impression, or at least I don't hear it, from the VOJ end, that like, like, oh, like Anthony, this is the overlord. No, that's not how this has been set up. It's there, that hierarchy doesn't exist. We're all here as peers. We're all working together. We're all doing the same thing with the same goal. And so I think, if you're out there and you're hearing this and you're struggling with the community aspect, because a lot of people do, many of us. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why you're watching, listening, because yes, we can feel like an island. So many voice actors are like just on their own trying to figure this out. Come on, like, come aboard. This is what we're here for.
Oh, absolutely.
Community.
And what's really cool too is that there's so much, like, for example, I had a voice actor message me this morning with a couple of her stories and that she had written too. And here's the thing, we have of course focused solely on audiobooks, but we also have the ability to publish, at least to distribute with some of these partners book, stories as well, right? And that is something that we have a couple. We have about, I think we have 2 or 3 that we've put out, but we've not publicized that we do it yet because we've just been so busy working with audiobooks. But we can do that. And it's funny. I went to lunch the other day with someone who was, they're budding voice actor locally, but they were also a writer and stuff. And they were interested. And I'm like, listen, at this point right now, even though we're busy, I mean, I'm still like, it's like, I'm like, bring it on. You want to do something? Let's try it. Let's go for it. We could, like, we're very, all of us, you, Gabby, me. I mean, we're all like, let's
try.
Let's go for it. Let's try it. I mean, I eventually think one day it might not be that easy as things get bigger and bigger, but I hope it doesn't change like that, because for at least a long time,
I think it'll just branch into smaller groups and still make it possible. Like, I'm laughing right now because Chris said, you're our hand holders. In my opinion, Chris, we're not just hand holders. We're a swift kick in the ass some days. I tell you. I mean, in class, especially. Yeah. And on the Discord and in the forum, I mean, we are a very supportive group, but at the same time, a very honest group. And nobody has a problem looking at their friend, their classmate, their peer, their student, and going, "What are you doing? What are you waiting for? Come on, it's time. You need to do this next thing."
Oh,
So
absolutely. And
yeah.
one thing I would say too about our community, and this is for everybody too that's watching, really important. What the community does, not just for support, but what it allows you to do that of doing things on your own, or even with even with one or two other people, which is fine. But is that, and I think about, in 14 months, we've published over 400
Mm,
audiobooks, the opportunities that we have
yeah.
with our community, and because our community is so vibrant and ready to work, it's a really special opportunity, because you don't get, it's very difficult. Like I'd said early on, there was no way I realized early on I could do it by myself, or at least not to the level at which I needed to be able to do it. I just didn't have the ability. But
Hmm.
together as a community, as a family, we can do so much more.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
And I think that's what makes this whole thing really special, because by ourselves it's very difficult.
Yeah.
But together as a community, we can do so much, which is what we're doing now.
Yep.
Now
Exactly. Yeah. Well,
we
that
kind of
was a
just chatted. I
sweet.
guess people were just
That's okay. That's okay. I think we had a very productive discussion.
absolutely.
So next week we are coming back. Of course, it is going to
Hmm.
be Halloween week. I don't know.
Gosh,
There
that's
might be
very
some
exciting.
costumes.
We should. We
Mayhaps
really
there
talk
will
about,
be some costumes.
characters.
We could talk
Characters,
about
so things
character
like,
work.
yeah, I think
Heck
that would be
yeah.
fun.
Let's
All right,
do it.
gang. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. You have a wonderful Friday, great weekend, and we will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you all later. Goodbye.